Hello, welcome once again to my house, and now I can really call it my house because I'm living here now. Um, Moved in on Monday, so 5 days ago, and yeah, it's been a mixed bag. The first night here was a real rush and a bit of a blur. The only thing I can really remember was making my bed. Had my mate Nick over. He helped me carry the mattress up the stairs. Made my bed. Kind of got my room sorted. Um, Cooked some ramen for dinner, and then went to bed and had a really bad night's sleep because I was freezing cold for reasons that I'll explain when we get upstairs. But yeah, second night also terrible. I was really sad because I realised how messy this place was, and it was like when I was just coming here and working, the mess was just like kind of workplace mess, and it's a real different thing to like when I was actually here all the time, living, sleeping, etc., preparing food, and everything was like kind of construction site messy. It was a bit much. I wasn't prepared for that. So I had a bit of a time. But I just knuckled down and made myself a little kitchen space and cleared an area. Here, I'll show you. So here we are in the basement. We've got our bathroom with a chair in case there's company, so you can kind of hang out, chat. So this is all swept and clean. You know, like, so I swept this area in front of the toilet. That's always been pretty clean. And then I kind of swept this area, which is like in front of my new sink that I installed. And then I was like, okay, now I've got a clean little area. So I've just been expanding the cleaning further and further and just like nibbling away at it. And I've got some good momentum now. So I'm feeling much better about the state of things. Let's get a little bit of a view. So this is my kitchen. Little kitchen space. So I've got my basin, which is nice and deep. You can wash pretty much anything in there. It's great. Drains nicely. Got the water hooked up. Water comes from all the way there. So that's the sink. This Nito filing cabinet is both my refrigerator and my kind of dry goods store. It's really cold down here. It'll be less cold. It probably won't be refrigerator cold come summertime once it's like soaked in a bit of heat. But everything's still like, I don't know, got its winter chill. So veggies keep in this bottom drawer just as they would in a refrigerator, which is great. So I've got my veggies in there. There's my dry goods. Then here is my like little coffee station. I was going to have this upstairs, but I've decided to have it all down here. Just keeps things simple. Near the water. You need water for coffee. Near the bin. It was just going to be more mess upstairs. So I haven't actually had any coffee yet. I've gone cold turkey off coffee just because I don't have a way to make it. Like I only bought beans today, but I didn't get them ground, and I don't have a coffee grinder. That's the whole thing. Anyway, so that's the coffee station with the kettle, which I also use to boil water to clean myself and, hot water needs. This thing is a lifesaver. This is a Instant Pot, so it's programmable pressure cooker. And right now in there I have some delicious black beans and broccoli stalks and tomatoes, ton of chili flakes, bit of salt. That's all pressure cooking away. It's got 6 minutes to go. And then this recipe calls for a half-hour pressure cook, and then you'll just let it like sit and let the pressure slowly bleed off, and then by the time it's done and you can open it, beautiful beans. So I'm looking forward to that. And next to that is my rice cooker, which I got off a lovely lady off Craigslist. So this is all second-hand stuff. Nothing I've bought new here except for the kettle and the sink and the microwave. So yeah, rice cooker. So I cook up like, it's about 2 cups of rice, and that lasts me a good like 4 days. Yeah, it's wonderful. So beans and rice, but there's a million different ways you can cook them. It's just what I'm going to live off for the next little while. It's just so cheap, it's tasty, fully balanced nutritionally. Chuck some greens in there, good to go. Microwave for reheating these guys. So I'm cooking up a big batch of beans and I cook up a big batch of rice, and I just leave them in the containers with their lids on. It's so chilly down here, it's like they were sitting in a fridge, and it saves having to use storage containers. I've got plenty of storage containers. We'll get to those next. But yeah, it's working out to be a really brilliant system so far. So between those, the microwave, I also use it to cook my oats in the morning. And then we come over here and we've got, yeah, just more miscellaneous goods. It's cool. And then my bathroom stuff at the end. This is my wash tub. So I set that up with some hot water in it, and then I sit on a milk crate over this drain, and I just kind of wash my critical areas. If I'm feeling bold, maybe give myself a more general rinse. Works great. The only thing is the cold. I think next time I'm going to run the kerosene heater while I'm doing it, just to take the chill out of the air, because it's a tense time. But you know, you got to be clean. And the rest of the basement is much the same. I've been slowly ordering things, so all of my construction materials are kind of here now. These piles of rubble are next on my hit list. I need to get rid of those. That's going to lift the tone greatly. And toilet, I've got my bikes. Oh yeah, so I've got all this stuff in crates. You can chill there. It's not too damp down here. There's some books and stuff I wouldn't want to keep down here for a really long time, but it's warming up. Everything's drying out. Feels okay. We'll have space for them upstairs soon. And then I got my bikes. Bike 1, bike 2, speedy bike, leisurely bike, and oh yeah, box graveyard. I'm gonna have a big burn soon once I've like tidied up the backyard. Set off a fire pit and just burn a bunch of boxes and scrap wood and just have a little nice time. Sit by the fire, a bottle of rum, and yeah, just think about what I've done. So now let's go upstairs. Let's rewind a little bit. I'll walk you up the stairs. These stairs used to be covered in shit, and they're still a little dusty, but they're a million times better now. So you got these stairs, this landing, had like a half-open bag of mortar and a whole bunch of crap, so I like got rid of all of that, gave it a sweep, gave it a vacuum. This is all about creating like as dust-free of a path between my bedroom and the kitchen / bathroom as I can, so that I'm not tracking dust back into my room, or as little as possible anyway. Get to the bottom of the stairs. This is all organised now. So yeah, it's only really this afternoon that things have gotten to a really, what I think is nice stage, that I feel like showing you all. The first few days were tough. I don't know, I had some challenging emotions about all of this, but it's just a matter of plugging away. So we're good. Let me come in the back door, got a little doormat. Let me come in here. Kitchen is still a bit of a zone. Again, next, get rid of these bags. Get rid of all the shit off this table, and maybe even move the table, because I need to start building this kitchen out. Yeah, the dining room, did a big tidy. Now it's looking sweet. Swept everything. Gave it a vacuum. You could do with a mop, but yeah, it's good. And then beyond there is the living room, but we'll save the best for last. Yeah, this is what I'm calling my trim room. This is where all of the trim that I've taken down is getting put. Eventually, once the basement is tidied and organised and it's got way more space, this is all going to move down there and live in the basement. I eventually want to transition all of the messy, dusty cutting and stuff, paint stripping and all of that business into the basement, because I want to start keeping this place really clean and getting it clean all the time. And we can't, that won't happen if I'm like running a table saw up here and that sort of thing. Bathroom, still in a bit of a state. That's also next on my list. I need to bring this ceiling down. So that's going to be a whole thing. And this is the other bedroom. This is where my valuables are. So over there is like speakers and record players and all my records and stuff. And in here is like fun stuff in these boxes, chairs, blankets, drop cloths, all the fun stuff. So that's all living in here at the moment. Once again, clean floor. It wasn't that way a little while ago. It was all a bit of a mess, but now it's great. And here we come to the jewels in this crown. We have the living room. And it's a beautiful sunny day. I've got the windows open, airing the place out and getting some warm air through here. And so this is my kind of protocol. I just like put this up because it's so sunny and nice to get air moving through. But there's two curtains here. I think I've described that to you before. The double curtain retains the warmth in there fairly well. It's not perfect. So my first night here, I'll show you. So see, I've got this like curtain over the bedroom door now, and the first night here I didn't have that. I thought these double curtains here would be good enough, and I had the space heater in the bedroom, but it was just pouring heat out into the living area where it was also escaping. So I didn't really manage to heat the room at all. The heater was just like cranking all night. It's noisy. It's pretty annoying. So between the cold and the noise that first night, it was a real bummer. So I was like, okay, I've got to seal off the bedroom better. So I did. So I put up this curtain. I also, so yeah, the protocol is you stand on this mat, you kick off your little shoesies, and then hopefully you're a dust-free human walking into the sacred zone. Let's just check out the sacred zone. I just got this vintage Bakelite FM radio. The plan is to run that on a timer downstairs, so that during times that I'm not here, there's something making like noise as a a deterrent to the more inquisitive out there. So yeah, but it's cool. I love the styling. I think this little radio ties these chairs and this chair together nicely. Kind of white and brown vibe, old school, kind of retro futuristic kind of style. So yeah, bedroom. Made this lovely curtain out of this surplus upholstery fabric, which is really nice. It's this green and gold. I love it. It's got a kind of Egyptian vibe, you know. So that's I've got a board at the bottom to kind of weigh it down and hold it flat against the opening. Works pretty well at the top. And then I also, because this was a gap straight through to the bedroom, so I put in this filler piece, and then I just spray foamed all the gaps, and I'll trim those off before I put the baseboards on. But yeah, that worked a treat. So now it's nice and sealed off in there. It holds heat really well. Got all my outlets in with their face plates. Outlet. And then yeah, and then there's the bedroom. Come inside. It's pretty nice. It's really comfy. So I've got my like heater here, and these are my electric blanket controllers. It's got two controllers because it's a queen size, so I can have like different temperatures on each side. So on my bed is Sheets, obviously, and then I've got a fleecy blanket, first layer, then the electric blanket, then two of these really thick woolen blankets. I can't remember where they're from. They're vintage, and I don't know, they were $50 each, but they're beautiful and they're kind of a collector's item. I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. And then on top is this kind of, I guess it's a blanket slash tablecloth thing that I got in Mexico. And that is just there for a little bit of extra warmth and colour, and also just to protect the woolen blankets. In case there's whatever, a spill, or I accidentally come in here with my shoes on and decide to jump on the bed or whatever. And then here is the window. And sorry, I'm just going to turn this radio down. Let's turn it off. That's better. And the window, I put that curtain up on the third day here, I think. Yeah. And it is just a drop cloth. It's actually the drop cloth that I used when I painted the living room. So it's got all paint splatters on it. But it's charming. And I've got it kind of wrapped around a piece of wood that I've got nail gunned to the top of the window. At the moment it's just kind of tied up with a piece of rope. But if I undo that, it kind of lays down flat. Blocks out the light really well. And also helps stop a bit more heat escaping from the window. And then if we go across here, there's the closet, which has some bags and stuff. And yeah, it's really nice. I'm super comfy here now. I keep the heat at about 55 degrees, which is pretty low, but I like sleeping in a cool room. And it also means that this heater only really needs to come on momentarily through the night. And I think I'm going to invest in one of those kind of radiator oil heaters, just because they're quiet and they just sit there kind of oozing heat into the room, rather than this thing which has a little fan. It's kind of, but yeah. Bedroom, got my books and my journal and stuff over there. It's great, and this mattress is awesome. I got this mattress, it was ex-display of this dude called Frankie, and he was awesome. And yeah, it's got some kind of memory foam top. It's really firm, but you kind of sink into it just the right amount. It's hard to describe. It's really, really cool. So that's comfy. And yeah, living room. So I got a coat of primer on these walls. I think the last time you saw them, I just skim coated them. So they look just really nice with this white. Oh, and a quick little detail while we're here. I'll try and keep this to 20 minutes. You're very patient. I love you. So, in these corners, I couldn't figure out a good way of getting the corners to meet at a sharp inside corner, because they're not 90, and it's much easier with a 90-degree corner. So I decided I'd try something, and I actually coved the corner. So there's a radius here. So this surface just kind of comes through and then sweeps into the next. And it's one continuous surface rather than having to get that inside corner perfect. I just I used a mason jar lid, and I just scooped it and then did some finessing with the final skim coat, and it turned out beautifully. So I did that for that corner. This one here, same thing, and then there as well. And I think it's great. It's going to present a small challenge just when it comes to running the trim around the top. I'm going to have to round off the trim, the back side of the trim, just to fit into that curve. Normally your trim is just a 90, and it meets at a point, and the point fits into the corner, and it's all good. But in this case, we're going to be making a point fit into a curvy corner, but that's alright. It's just a bit of sanding or chopping or whatever. But yeah, I'm comfy at last. I have a home. I'm living here now. Feels amazing. It's been challenging, and I still don't have my truck back, which is actually a good thing. It's like a small blessing in disguise. There's a kind of national parts shortage of all sorts of stuff. Supply chains are still messed up, so they're waiting on a critical part before I can get my truck back. So I might not have it back till Thursday. But that's kind of cool. I mean, I've been getting lifts to work with a dude I recently took on, which is cool. And my other work, like my property management inspection stuff, it's a 10-minute bike ride up the road. And in this weather, I'm grateful for a reason to be on my bike. I'd probably be lazy and drive my van and use a bunch of gas if I had the option. So it's kind of forced me to use my bike, and now I've got a taste for it. And so when I get my truck back, I'm going to try and use it as little as possible. Yeah, here we go. I love it. I'd like to give a big shout out to you. Just you, not the other people. Unless you and whoever you're watching this with. I love you. And I'm feeling good. Feeling good. It's my house, and it's now my home. So bring on spring. Oh, bloody yeah, mate of mine got vaccinated. He just called up the vaccination centre because at the moment you have to kind of qualify. You have to be part of certain groups in terms of age or occupation. Hospitality workers can get the vaccine at the moment, and he was calling up to see because he was about to start a hospitality job, and they just said, yeah, don't worry about it, just come on in. We've got plenty of spots. So, the more the merrier. You're not taking anyone's spot, it sounds like. So I'm going to call up as soon as I've got a way of getting down there, and I can ride my bike. Yeah, going to be vaccinated soon. So exciting. So should be a good summer. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Oh my God, please be a good summer. I don't know what I'm going to do if some weird variant. It's not even worth thinking about. I also shout out Joe Biden and your administration, more like it. Doing a great job. Thanks for all the help. Got my STEMI check, much needed, and yeah, surprisingly good on that front. Fair's fair. Credit where it's due. Not a big fan of the bloke, but they do seem to have grown some balls and realised that really helping people properly is what they need to be doing, and that's what they're doing. So, thumbs up from me. I'm going to leave it there. We're going on a bit too long, so thank you, love you, and I'll see you later.